Prosper, hey, 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 prosper, hey, prosper. We need to do better for our sons and our daughters. Spock said it best, live long, prosper.
So welcome back to the LLP podcast, Live Long and Prosper. I am your host, Bernard J. Rackley, and I just want to thank y'all for tapping in, man. Today we have a beautiful, beautiful guest. Her name by the name of Tiffanie Glaze, and Tiffanie has always had a passion for education and experiencing new things. So much so that she moved to South Korea to begin her teaching career, elementary school teacher. And after several years, she decided to move back to San Diego to pursue her career where she can where she can merge her two passions of teaching and nature. And now she has started her own business called Grounded by Nature. And Tiffanie is a mindset coach for women, providing life-changing transformations, empowering and inspiring them through the power of Mother Nature. Yeah, so please help me welcome Miss Tiffanie Glaze.
Woo,
Thanks for being here
hello.
today. So South Korea, man, what was the food like out there? What was some of the best food in South Korea?
Oh my gosh. Some of my favorite obviously is just the Korean barbecue. You got that
Mm,
yummy pork fat on the grill that you do right there, and some bulgogi is so good. It's just kimchi, all different kinds of kimchi.
mm.
Fun new places to try every single time.
Oh yeah, man. South Korea. So how long were you out there?
4 years. Yeah,
Wow.
a
Wow.
good chunk of time.
That's a good chunk of time. That's a whole college career.
Absolutely, right? I went after college, so it was a pretty fun, amazing experience out there.
Yes, ma'am. So I read in your bio as well that you were able to travel to different countries while you were out there as well.
Yes, being overseas in Asia, you're a lot closer to so many different places. So really, in my college career, I never did much traveling because I was always just studying, doing everything like that. So it was so nice to finally experience life, right? So I traveled to Indonesia. I went to France and snowboarded in the Alps, went to
Wow.
Germany, Spain, stopped in Dubai, Philippines a couple of times, and Thailand, and just really immersed myself in the culture and travel experience and really just had an amazing time exploring these new countries.
Nice. So what was your favorite country at all? I know you had some great experiences in each one, but what was one of your favorite countries that you visited thus far?
Oof. I would have to say that I really loved Spain, Barcelona. Just the feeling of being in that country was so much history in the buildings and
Mm.
architecture. That was incredible. And then the Philippines too. I mean, really, there's just a place in my heart. Some of my family is from the Philippines, and the tropical weather. I went through a monsoon there, and it
Mm.
was one of the craziest experiences I ever had in my life. Like literally the
Wow.
water was up to my chest and just kind of rolled with it, right? You just kind of figure it out. So the islands in the Philippines are absolutely beautiful. Great
Oh yeah.
people, good
Mm.
food. So
Wow, yeah, I've seen some pictures of some beaches in the Philippines. I'm like, whoa, that looks like paradise, man. Oh my goodness.
absolutely, Boracay, that's actually where I was headed when I got stuck in the monsoon. So it was like a long journey getting to that island. And finally, once I did, everything was cleared up. Beautiful skies, beautiful sunsets. Like you
Mm.
said, the boats and just being on the beaches, and the people are so wonderful and so kind, out there, just so welcoming. It's really an amazing place to go visit.
Yes, yes. Well, as you know, my wife is half Filipina, so we will be taking a trip out there once Benjamin gets of age. Take him out there and let him get his toes in that beautiful sand. Because man, it looks pristine, it looks paradise-ish, and I definitely got to get my issue out there, man. It looks amazing.
Yeah, get ready for that long flight, but once you're there, you're there.
So Tiffany, so how did you get started into coaching, mindset coaching?
Yeah, so my background is actually in education. So I have a master's in elementary education, and that was just always a passion of mine is teaching. I've always wanted to be a teacher my whole life. Once I finally got that dream job, which happened to be in South Korea, I worked for the Department of Defense. I got that dream job. I started working, teaching my students. I just realized that four walls wasn't for me. Like, I love teaching. It is a passion. I love sharing knowledge. I'm a lifelong learner myself. But I just realized that teaching doesn't have to be the traditional way we think about it, right? Traditional education in the four walls, in that type of schooling. And so I knew I wanted to continue my journey in sharing knowledge and spreading positivity and messages. I just didn't know who the audience was, what that was going to look like. And I really didn't want to sit behind a computer and be in four walls. And nature was something that calls to me. I am, I can hear my thoughts when I'm in nature. I can just feel when I'm in nature. And I just knew somehow, some way I wanted to combine my passions of, like you said before, nature and teaching and education. And through many, many jobs, many different opportunities while back in San Diego, writing curriculum, being a trail guide, teaching kids, doing all of these different jobs and careers, I finally knew that I had to just take a leap of faith and start my own company, and coaching just seemed like the right fit. I love working with other women. I had been actually doing the work for a long time with my friends out in nature. Naturally, we were goal setting and hiking, and just I'd continue doing the work of encouraging, inspiring my friends to live the life that they desired while I was doing the same thing. And so it was just kind of a natural progression to combine the two. And I did work with a life coach back when I was transitioning from Korea back to San Diego, and she inspired me, and I was like, you know what, I can do this work. And really, that's just how it all melded together and combined, and it's the most exciting thing I've ever done to really truly find that purpose that I was meant for here.
Nice. Well, shout out to your life coach, for giving you that inspiration.
Yes, Marsha, shout out.
Shout out to Marsha. Let's go. So if you could go back to your 18-year-old self, what's one piece of advice that you would give young 18-year-old Tiffany?
That's a big one. A lot of the work that I've been doing myself, because a lot of the times as a life coach, we're still doing work ourselves, right? The mindset. And so it would be really just trusting that there's a plan out there for you and everything is going to unfold, and that you don't have to be in control of every single piece of your life. I feel like I was always in the need to be in control, know the path, know the order, know everything that was involved. And I would love to be able to tell my 18-year-old self, you know what, just have more fun,
Hmm.
take it easy, and just let life unfold. Um, and really, that's how I'm living my life now, is just really enjoying and having more fun and not always having to be in control of every single step along the way.
Wow, have more fun and let go of the reins a little bit. That's some great advice. That's some great advice for any youngsters watching. Just have some more fun in your life. And those are great words. Those are some great advice to a youngster, man. So what have you listened to or read recently that has inspired you?
Oh, goodness gracious. I've got 5 books at the same time right now that I'm reading, going through as I'm actually preparing to lead a nature retreat this weekend. And it's just kind of a bunch of books together. So, something that's just super impactful right now is Atomic Habits by James
Hmm.
Clear. It's a good time. It's January, really just talking about small habitual changes can make a big change in the long run. Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza,
Yeah,
the
great book.
science behind all of the true mindset work and our thought process. Another book is Rich as Fuck. And that is another just money mindset. It's just mind blowing. And I'm just listening to podcasts that follow along with that. I love um the Manifesting Money podcast. Your podcast is inspiring. I listen to Dr. Jen Ride. She's another just beautiful doctor that has a lot of great words. So just a lot going on, and so much fun to read and listen to all this stuff.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So Becoming Supernatural, that was one of the books. That was a really, really good book. I read that last year. And I mean, the science behind the meditation is insane, isn't it?
It's absolutely mind-blowing that we have the power within us to heal ourselves and from the inside out. And really, once you understand the science behind it, for people that maybe think that things are, woo woo and can't really understand how things work, the science of the how and why meditation really works is so, so powerful, which is the message I'm actually sharing at my nature retreat this upcoming weekend, is really getting into that whole
Mm,
concept of this, the science behind it, why it works.
nice. So do you meditate daily, or do you meditate?
Meditating daily, yep, working on the practice, building the practice, the combination of everything, right? Building the habit, finding the time, making the time actually, right? To the things that are important. And just really knowing that that's the key, part of the keys to success, right? One of the secrets.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Huge, man. Huge. I've been
I mean,
meditating for years.
I know you do too.
Oh
You're
yeah.
always in the nowhere.
I'm always that's this the now here. That's what it's just so funny. People tell me, like one of my friends hit me up. He's like, man, where is this nowhere, man? What are you talking about this nowhere? I'm like, well, that's why I capitalized the H, because it's now here. I got that from
Oh,
Wayne Dyer. So it's just I've been present for 22 minutes. You know what I mean?
I love that. You know what? I had Wayne Dyer. I just literally heard that name for the first time yesterday on the podcast that I was listening to, and I was about to jump in and check him out. So, is that a definite recommendation that you have?
Oh yeah. I've read a few of his books. One of the ones that I really recommend is The Power of Intention, and that's where I
Okay.
really got into the style of meditation that I do now. Is called japa, and he talks about that where when you breathe in and you release the ah sound, so it's like ah,
Ah.
and by saying that, he says that that God is that's the sound of God. That was the sound of, like, before we had language. He used to just go ah 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 ah. So like Abba, God, Father. That ah sound is God. So he's like, there's something in there when you breathe in and you let go of that and just let out that tone. It reverberates with the universe, and it connects you with God. Not to say faster or better, but for me, what I figured out is that just breathing is awesome, and doing my ohms is really good. But when I really let out that it's like it vibrates my whole body down to like my lower chakras, and it's just like it just gives me like a tingling feeling, and it's amazing. Once I picked up that little tidbit, oh, it's made my meditation so much more vivid, and so much more just like I feel it a lot more now that I've started to apply the japa style of meditation.
Now, do you do guided meditation or do you do independent meditation on your own? Because that's the part that I would love to share with people in my community as well. I know there's so many different ways to meditate. What do you do that's works best for you?
I started out doing guided meditations. Now I like to just be. I have an actual YouTube link that I use from Wayne Dyer, and he got it from the Moses Code. So it's a tone that actually, when you do the it's interesting. It's like it's the same tone. So like the guy whoever created it, he was hitting like pitchforks and got that exact tone of God tone. He call it the God tone. So when you're
Okay.
doing it and you hit that and you hear that same note in your ears, it's trippy, because like it's like almost exactly the same frequency. So that's what I use now. But I started out by doing guided meditations.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's the frequency of, right? And that's why sound bowls are so bring so much to you too, right? Because it's reverberating at that frequency that we want to be out. So I'm so interested. I want to get that link from you
Yes, no,
for
definitely
sure.
send it to you. Oh yeah, it's amazing, and it's like 40 minutes, but it's like two. It's broken down into two 20-minute segments, and
Okay.
so it gives me a little like of where I'm at. So when it's done, I'm like, okay, that was 20 minutes. So I feel sometimes I'm like cheating a little bit, because when I used to just do it, just listening to nature, sometimes I could just get lost, and I'll be there for like 30, 40 minutes and not even know. I get lost in time. I get lost in the sauce. But now that I have this kind of structured bing. So once it ends, I'm like, okay, let me get up and get moving. And so I do about 20 to 25 minutes daily when I'm in the mode, you know what I mean? But yeah,
Right.
meditation has definitely been a game changer for me. And I mean, that's a great book that you're reading right there. I love it. I need to reread it actually again, because it's a lot of information in there, but it's a really, really good.
I started as audio and I was taking so many notes that I just went and bought the book and started re-listening to it so I could go at the same time. I mean, when you got content, you really have to immerse yourself in what you're really hearing, because sometimes, that's the thing too, is we're listening all the time, but we're really not present.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes it takes the combination of like listening and reading and just really immersing yourself in the knowledge that you're trying to take in. So I find that just to be an amazing thing right now.
Oh yeah, what it says in the Bible, like faith comes by hearing, comes by repetition, and if you can read it and hear it at the same time, I mean that's a double whammy. It's definitely getting into that mind a lot deeper than just doing one or the other. And like you said,
Yeah,
especially when you're
absolutely.
listening to books, sometimes I'm walking and I'm kind of like I'm not even necessarily present, even though it's going in there. But when I sometimes I even have like I'll read a book that I'm listening to at the same time, and it just I see like I retain a lot more of that information for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So who have been your two biggest influential people along your journey thus far?
I would have to say that, you know, my mom is just such a caring and compassionate human being, and I really appreciate that. She pretty much was a single mom, raising us, and now that I'm a mom myself, I have two little girls, ages 5 and 3, and I can see how hard she worked to raise us, and I can feel the strength that I got from her, the independence, the courage, the vulnerability, and that she's just a massive, influence um in my life. And I would have to say probably one of my teaching partners in South Korea, Della. She was my partner in second grade, and then when I taught fifth grade, and just having the support of another person that's on the same level as you, encouraging you to be the best version of yourself and being able to give you the tools that you need, was very, very empowering. And then I've had, a couple coaches, like I said, Marsha along the way, who have really opened the doors for me, who has been very important on my journey as well.
Nice, nice. So what's one of the biggest lessons that you've learned in life thus far?
Oh, goodness. Trust the process. Trust
Mm,
is like my word of 2022. Faith, knowing that everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to for you. So trust that every lesson that is thrown in front of me, the answer is always trust.
mm, I
No,
like that.
just know, believe, and have faith that it's all going to work out, because we can so much. I can't speak for anybody else, I speak for myself. I get stuck in that a long time. How is this going to work? Where's this going to come from? How's, the questions, right? Like, how is this all going to work? But once I was able to kind of surrender to the faith and trust in knowing that it is going to work for me, it's been the most amazing lesson that I am so grateful for learning, and still learning every single day.
Trust the process. I mean, wow, that's a great lesson. And I'm still learning that myself. I sometimes I have to tell myself that too. It's a process. I mean, nothing. The oak tree doesn't grow in a week. It takes many, many years for that oak tree to grow. So you got to trust the process. Just keep watering it and let the sunshine hit it, and it's gonna do its thing.
That's right. And you got me on that one, because I'm a nature girl. So I'm like, is it a coast live oak? Engelmann oak. What kind of oak are you?
I didn't even know there were that many oaks. So you got me on
Oh
that one.
yeah,
Geez,
black
Louise.
oak. Are we going up to Laguna
I-
Mountains? Where
I'm
are we?
definitely a black oak. I'm definitely black oak. I'm definitely going to be black oak.
I love that. I'll take you
So,
out on the trails. I'll show you exactly which one that is.
yes, ma'am. I would love that. I would love that. I mean, I don't know if I could join your ladies. I'll have to put on a wig like Joanna Man or something, but I'll come out there and and hang out with you guys for a night or two.
I'm going to be integrating some co-ed things here in the near future, so you're more than welcome.
Yes, ma'am. I love that. I love that. I need to get back on my hiking tip. So that's one of my goals is to hike more this year anyway. So whenever you do open that up, I'm there for you, girl.
Well, speaking of hiking goals, actually never really had a number to put with things, but this year I set myself up for 100 hikes, 250 miles this year. And that breaks down to about 20 hikes a month,
Mm.
9 miles a month. And we're at January 21st and I already hit it for the month. And I've got my retreat on Sunday. That's another 5 miles. I've got 2 more hikes scheduled for the rest of this month. So it's good to have a goal, but it's nice to put that exact, right? A specific
Oh
quantity to
yeah.
it because it really, really helps that momentum and, just pushing forward. So I definitely recommend that to anybody who's looking to actually like set a goal and make a goal is just put a number to it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Smart goals. So you gotta keep it smart. But that's awesome, man.
Right. Keep it
What'd you say? How
smart.
many how many how many hikes you trying to do? 200?
Oh, 100,
Okay,
100
100.
this year.
Okay, wow, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get out there and can catch one or two with you. I don't know if I'm doing 100, but I'll get out there and do maybe 12 this year. I
Hey,
enjoy
no,
hiking.
you got to
It's,
start somewhere, right?
oh yeah, it's a great workout. I mean, it's great for the glutes and it's great for the overall core. And I mean, I want to do more just because I've been doing the 75 hard. My second workouts have been just kind of like cardio outside, but I would love to just get out there and do some hikes. We have so many awesome mountains here in San Diego and so much beautiful nature that definitely need to take advantage of it more for sure.
Yeah, it's just right in our backyard. That's something I am grateful for every single day. I'm so grateful that literally in our backyard you can go on a hike in 10 minutes, 5 minutes. So, it's an amazing opportunity to be able to like just be here and do that. I know a lot of people on the East Coast, they're stuck in snow, all of that. So it's something to really pay gratitude towards that we live in such a beautiful city with access to so much nature.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So how are you looking to impact the world with what you do, Tiffany?
I think that it takes is one person at a time for that ripple effect to occur. So I hope to just inspire, empower one woman at a time, and through that woman, she's going to empower and inspire, somebody else in her life, whoever it happens to be. And once we're able to live our life's purpose, live our desires, we really can start making that impact outwards. I think a lot of the time, for me personally, right, sometimes we have to look inward at ourselves before we're able to focus outward. And I'm in that phase right now where I've done a lot of the work, I've done a lot of the inside work, and nature has what's helped me do that work, right? Getting out in nature, tuning out the outside world, allowing yourself to kind of connect with self and figuring out what is it that I really want. And once you figure out what you really want and you start putting yourself on that path and you start living the way that your heart truly desires, you start vibrating at that level and you just start inspiring and making that ripple effect forward. And so my dream is to help others understand the power of Mother Nature, but also preserve Mother Nature at the same
Mm.
time, right? I mean, it's just something that's what I teach when I'm on the trails with women as well. Let's leave no trace. Let's make sure that we leave this place better than when we found it, and just really making that impact, moving forward of one person at a time, but one piece of trash at a time too. So combining the
Wow.
two things, right?
Wow. I like that. That is inspiring right there. I mean, each one teach one. The each one teach one concept is great. And I think the higher you're vibing, the higher you're going to bring people up with you. You know what I mean? So that is a phenomenal concept. So I mean, did you
Yeah.
guys when you went to 7? Did you guys have the wall? Did you guys do the wall at 7?
Are we allowed to talk about that here?
I don't know, but that's just a great concept for overall. You know, just it's bringing people up. You know what I mean?
Yes, we did the wall.
Okay. I don't know because I mean I know they're traveling and doing different things at different places, but I know we have pictures around the office, so I don't think it's that much of a secret. But
Oh, right, right, right. I think that that's the one thing that you're allowed to say, right? The
yeah, oh
wall.
yeah,
And for
oh yeah,
people who don't know what that is, you might want to explain, but that can be another time, or maybe they already
yeah.
know. But yes,
We'll get to that another time. The people that if you know, you know. That's
yeah,
the hashtag. If you know, you know, and if you don't know,
right.
you go out there and get some experience because it was a phenomenal week for me myself. I know you had. Did you have a pretty good time there as well?
Yeah, I was there back in November. So it was getting chilly and it was a really great experience. Good people actually. One of my retreat mates came to San Diego from Texas. I went and saw her last night, right? So the bonds and the connectivity that you can do from meeting people on retreats, working on yourself, just really developing is really a lifelong friendships that you find.
Yes, ma'am. Kindred spirit, man. It's the real deal, you know, and it's uh it's just awesome and refreshing to be around people who are looking to raise their level up, raise their standard in life as well. And it's all about. I mean, there is power in proximity. So when you're getting around those kind of people that are looking to play the game at a higher level, it definitely makes you want to raise your game and step your game up to that same level as well.
That's why I'm honored that you invited me onto your podcast because, your energy is just awesome. And I love to, stay in that vibration, right? I mean, that frequency is just attracts.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Like I said, I'm looking to interview people who are doing good things for the community, who are doing good things for the world, and I just, I'm inspired by what you do daily, and I'm inspired by your journey as well, and
Thank you.
it definitely keeps me focused and motivated because we definitely need more positivity in this world. We couldn't it wouldn't hurt the world to put more positivity in this world. So that's why I do what I do.
Win win. It's a win win game, right?
Exactly, exactly. So, Miss Tiffany, so what does prosperity mean to you?
I think prosperity means living life how you truly at the highest place, right? Being completely fulfilled and feeling whole for who you are and where you walk on this planet. So, feeling wealthy and abundant in the things that you have, love, support, joy, and really just not having the stresses of, the day to day is just really like living in that highest place that you could possibly be.
Living in the highest place, vibrating at your highest you can. High vibe, baby. I
That's
love
right. High
it.
vibe.
I love it. So, Tiffany, so where can my high vibe tribe find you on the internet? How can they connect to you?
Yeah, if you're looking to go on a hike, a retreat, get some one-on-one coaching, those are the things that I specialize in, but also do things virtually if you're not local to San Diego. And just joining my community, you can find me on Instagram. Tiffany is grounded by nature. But my name is spelled with an IE. So that's Tiffany with an IE is grounded by nature. Or my website, great place to head to, groundedbynature.co.com, so a co at the end of it. And those are the great places to find me, figure out what's going on. I've got local events in San Diego for women all the time. I've got 2 hikes next week, goal setting actual a night hike and a day hike. My retreat is on Sunday. I have intentional hiking, which is hiking with theme, with intention. There's journaling exercises, there's prompts with other women. And then I've got just fun hangout type of nature events. And I'm also going to be starting a service based platform in March. We're going to be doing some service in nature. So if you're interested in getting involved, helping nature, preserving nature, I would love to have you part of my community.
Awesome. So you hear that, ladies? You know, if you guys are interested in really getting some good growth and some good game, Tiffanie Glaze is the lady, man. I'm highly recommend her, and she's an awesome human being. So I just want to so last question, Tiffany. What's your favorite quote, and who is it by?
Oh my goodness. Um, the mountains are calling, so I must go. Muir, John Muir.
Okay, nice. The mountains are calling, so I must go. I haven't heard that one. That's a great quote, though. I like that.
Had I known, I would have worn that shirt because it really, the mountains just call. And it can mean anything for anybody, is find what calls to you. Where's your peace, right? For me, it's the mountains. The mountains, I literally breathe easy. That's what my tagline is. Climb that mountain, breathe easy and live free, because
Mm,
that's how I feel, is living that breathe easy kind of life is where we need to be. So whether it's the mountains or oceans or nature or meditation or whatever it is for you, find that place that calls to you and go there.
I love it. I love it. So thank you, Tiffany, man. You've been such a great guest. And we'll definitely get all your links, posted for when we do put this on the YouTube. And it's been a great interview, man. And I wish you much success in your journey.
Thank you
And
so
yeah,
much.
you've been a great guest.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you inviting me on, and I'd love to be back if you ever like to have me.
Yes, sir. When COVID and stuff clears up, I want to definitely have more face to face and one on one. So I'll have a whole office and where I'm doing this, and definitely want to reconnect with my guests who were first on the podcast. And I'll definitely keep you in mind, my dear.
Awesome. Sweet. Thank you so much. Have a
Yes,
beautiful
ma'am.
day.
No worries, no worries. So thank you guys for tapping in, and you guys keep going and keep growing. Let's get it. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.
Prosper. Hey, hey, hey. Prosper. Hey, hey, hey. Prosper. We need to do better for our sons and our daughters. Spock said it best. Live